Bill Hagerty is a member of the Foreign Relations Committee. It's great to have you. Here's what Senator John Thune said yesterday about members wanting a look.
We don't have an agreement just yet, so we'll see what when there is text out there. I'm guessing there'll be a high level of interest among our members.
Do you have more insight into it, given your committee position?
Dana, certainly I spoke with the White House last night. We are moving in the right direction. I think the president has articulated this clearly. We will all know the text. We'll all know the content on Friday. I think there have been a massive amount of misreporting. It's been amazing to me how breathlessly a lot of members of the U.S. media are willing to run with Iranian talking points and fake news to put it out there. But the briefing I got, or the discussion I should say, not a briefing, but the discussion I had with folks at the White House last night, certainly we're moving in the right direction here. And I just make a very clear differentiation here that seems to be missed very often, Dana, by the media. This isn't at all like the JCPOA. If you think about it, President Obama actually paid for Iranians' terrorism. He funded it. If you think about what President Trump has done, he's put the Iranian nuclear program at the bottom of a mountain. He's put their navy at the bottom of the sea. He's terminated their ability to maintain control of their airspace. It's a fundamentally different situation that we see ourselves in, and not a single dollar, not a single American dollar will go into this, and not even Iranian money will be unfrozen until the Iranians perform. They've got to take very specific steps. They will have to take very specific steps to release any financial aid. So when President Trump says he thinks the Iranians will move in the right direction, every incentive is in place for them to do that. And if they don't, they're going to find their economy devastated even further, and the consequences will be even greater. So I think we're in a fundamentally different place. I feel very positive about where we're going. And my hat's off to President Trump, because instead of funding terrorism the way Iran was funded by Obama, he's actually stopping terrorism in the Middle East.
One of the things about communications is that I take your point that you run with the information that you have, right? And there's been this opaqueness when it comes to this memorandum of understanding. So we'll maybe get more details before Friday, but the vice president apparently going to go and sign this agreement and take a photograph with them. Here's Senator Kaine, a Democrat, on his thoughts on it.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe they're still, jousting. I'm gratified by the news that there may be a deal afoot, but the sad thing is it never should have happened to begin with, and the world economy has been hurt, American families have been hurt, and we've lost troops whose lives never should have been lost.
The other thing is that people are looking at the price of oil and the price of gas. So we've been showing throughout this hour that the price of oil is coming down quite a bit. The stock market is up today, but it could take a while for Americans to see those gas prices come down. We can put up here the national gas average at $4.06, but it's headed in the right direction for consumers. What are you hearing from folks at home?
That's certainly the case, but if I could, Dana, I'd like to respond to my colleague's
Sure.
previous statement. And the notion that this didn't need to happen is absolutely false. If you look at the pace with which Iran was building up its ballistic missile capability and its drone capability, they were going to be at a point where they could eventually overwhelm the rest of the world, and then they'd have all day long to pursue their nuclear program. President Trump saw this, the math was clear, and it was time to act. And we absolutely needed to act, otherwise Iran would have been in a position to hold the rest of the world hostage. And if you can imagine what they would do if they had nuclear capabilities, we've already seen what they've done here in the past months. This absolutely needed to be done. The world will be a safer place once this is in position.
All right, Senator, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see what details.